Hello, congratulations on signing up a eReviewer conference account. My name is Professor Cihan Çobanoglu. I'm the McKibben Endowed Chair Professor and the Director of M3 Center. I also currently serve as the President of Association of North America Higher Education International. I would like to go through the system with you very quickly, some of the things that you need to do when you get a new conference system on eReviewer. eReviewer is a very easy to use system. So let me share my screen with you so that we can go through a couple of settings that you need to do before you start using the system. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. Here's eReviewer.org. So you come here, and after we set up your account, that you will be able to log in into your account. For the purposes of this tutorial, I would like to go into Global Conference on Marketing and Sales. This is a fictitious conference that we have created to show you the features. So I'm going to log in as the conference chair. So if you have requested this conference, this means that you have already received an email from us with a username and password. So I just logged into the system as the conference chair for the first time. So this is a conference website that we have set up, but we have never taken any action. So there are a couple of things depending upon what kind of conference you have that you need to do. As you can see here, as I am the editor, I have three different roles. I'm an author as an editor, but if you do submit a paper in the conference that you are the chair, you will not be able to see your submission to be able to take care of the review process. So one of the associate editors should be able to do that for you. But you can also act as a reviewer. And of course, you are the conference chair. Therefore, you have the Manage console here. So let's go into the Manage console and let me go through some of the steps that you have to take care of here. The first one is the Admin Center. The Admin Center is kind of like a 30,000 bird eye view of your system. Anytime somebody does submit a paper to your conference system, you are going to see it here. Or if they are preparing the draft, you'll be able to see here. And whenever you are going to review selection, that you need to have a review selection, you should be able to see here along with all the different components. You can search for the submissions from here very easily. And also, what I would like to show you before we go into the email configurations is academic titles. This academic titles is going to actually come to you when you are signing up on eReviewer.org. If I were to go to eReviewer.org website, and then I go into one of the conferences or journals, just like I'm doing right now, maybe I should use another browser, because if I log in with the same browser that you are going to see I think this is a better idea, because I would like to show you. Here, I'm going to again to the same conference that I'm showing you. If one of your users were to create an account, you see this title here? This is what you see here. This is the academic titles here. So you can add more titles if you need to do so. All you have to do, click here and create on this. So if you need to add any titles for the users to be able to see. So this is the first thing that you need to do for your system. After that, click on User Tracks. Again, this User Tracks, one more time, it is coming here for the authors, for your users, for your system to be able to choose. Again, look at here. If you need to add more, you can simply come here and just type here and click on Save. So anytime that you need to add something, it will appear on the sign up sheet. So for the signups, these are the two different things: academic titles and user tracks. Easy enough. Then the next thing is for your conference, if you have a paper tracks or categories, then you can put them in here. The default one is main category. So you can actually add here. This is a great, like, just to show you as an example from one of the conferences that M3 Center at the University of South Florida is actually organizing, is if you were to go to call for papers, you will see that we have quite a few different tracks here. If you would like to replicate this, you can come here and you can actually add a paper category or tracks here. A common one, for example, in a business conference could be accounting. So you should be able to put in here. And I actually would like to show you where this information comes. If you just go into the author here, as an author, imagine that I'm an author and I would like to start a new submission. And if you were to click on new begin submission, you are going to see what I just showed you in few seconds. You see right here. So again, I'm going to go back to manage and I'm going to go back to paper tracks and categories. I can delete the ones that I have entered. The default cannot be deleted. So if you don't have any tracks in your conference, then you don't have to put anything here. But imagine that we also have human resources track. If this is the case, again, if I go back to as an author, I go to my submission, click on continue, I will see this one here as we go along. So this is a good way to show you. And I will come here, paper tracks. Let's finish this first. Again, you can add tracks or categories depending upon what your conference is calling them. You can actually put them in here. So, and the last thing that you need to do in terms of the setup is the submission types. Depending upon again your conference, let me give you one example from the conference that we are doing here. Here you go. We have abstract only. We have full paper. These are the submission categories, not tracks, not like accounting, human resources, strategy, technology, hospitality, for example, but these are more submission categories, which in eReviewer, we call them submission types. Again, to show you where this is going to show to your authors, let me go back to the submission that I was doing. Here is where that's going to come. So what you see here in here as the submission types is what you see here. So if you have, if your conference is similar to our conference, then we already have full paper and abstract. So we need to add roundtable and symposium presentations. So let's do that. I'm going to copy this information, come here and add this one, and you'll be able to see that this already come here. If I also have a symposium presentations, you can have whatever you want, whatever. So this is where the customization comes into the picture. I want to show you how this affects the user, the author experience. I'm coming here into the author again, and here, look what happened. So you can then see all of these things in there. So there is one last thing, which is email configurations. This is very, very important. So please do not click here if you want your users to receive emails when they submit something. Your reviewers will get an email when you invite them into the into review a paper. So how do I use this particular? You can actually email your users directly from here. Of course, you need to know what their email address is. You can just do that, or then it will send it through here that you'll keep a track of it from the sent emails here. So anything that you communicate, if you want to keep track of them, we advise that you send from the eReviewer. But you see a lot of bunch of templates here. You may wonder what they are. These are the templates that anytime something happens in eReviewer and somebody gets an email. Let me start with an easy one. So you can see, you can try to understand. So if when the users create an email, they get an email like this. These are all fully customizable by you. And by default, we already have put things in there. For example, here, whenever there is a new user that comes and become a member of your conference, then what they will get, their first name, their last name. So these are dynamic fields, which means that it depends on who the user is. If John Doe has signed up, so this is going to read as Dear John Doe, and an account has been generated for you, please visit invitation link. Invitation link is the link for the journal to set your password. They are going to be able to create a password for, and again, this is going to say your conference name, editorial office, and the email, the website address of your system. If you want to put your name here instead of the, for example, Journal of Global's Marketing and Sales editorial office, and the website address is eReviewer.org GCMS, then you can actually change it, click on save. And for example, let's say that you want to give somebody a major revision as a decision, as a conference chair. They are going to get this particular template. Please read them, make sure that they actually apply to your conference. This is important. Again, these are general templates that we have created, but we have given you the power to actually change the text as you wish to do so. If somebody wants to create a revision, they're going to get this. Again, you can change them as you like. If you want to add one of these dynamic fields, you can also put them in here as well, whatever that you want to do. Let's say that you want to say submission type, you can put over here. Obviously, you need to put something in there so that it will make sense. Obviously, I'm not going to do this right now because I don't want to save it. But if you want to save it, you can save it. This is it. It is as this simple, very, very easy to use system. So now I would like to go over. After you set this up, I'm going to actually change my role. Right now, I'm the conference chair, that you'll be able to do these things. But let me just walk you through as an author. Now I am going to be an author. Okay, if an author would like to submit a paper to your conference, they can come here and create an account by filling out this easy form. And after they did, they are going to log in, or they can just simply come to your website, ereviewer.org /GCMS. This is the example that I'm using here. And I'm going to log in as an author. So here is, I'm the author. As you can see here, this is the only one that I have. I do not have any other. But before I do that, I'm going to prepare a quick document here. This is going to be my paper. Obviously, this is going to be gibberish here. So I'm going to just do this so that we have something to have. Just bear with me. I should have done this earlier. So let me just copy paste this. So this is abstract. Let's say keywords. 1, 2, 3. And the title, obviously, we're going to put the title here. Title of the paper is whatever it is. And then we are going to write the article. And here I'm going to just, for the sake of this example, I'm going to put this, and let me save this as the sample paper. So I'm going to just save this sample paper. Again, your users are going to do it. Let's just, for the sake of example, let's do it. So I'm an author. Remember, my role is the conference author. So I'm going to click on begin submission. See how easy this is. You are the conference chair, and this video is going to show you how you can handle actually as the conference chair the submissions that's going to come. But first, let's just put ourselves in the shoes of an author. So here I am going to submit a full paper, and the title is title of the paper one. I'm just making this up, and this is an accounting, and I'm gonna just type this keyword 1, keyword 2, keyword 3. Of course, your users are going to do it. I'm going to save into the second step. As you can see, this is a linear process. So it's asking me for the authors. Remember, I'm an author right now. If this author has multiple authors, he or she will just click here, write the name, and add author. Also remember, all authors are going to be notified via email that a submission has been made with their name. The third step is the file upload. I'm going to choose an anonymous article file. So of course you will tell your, here's my sample paper, and I'm going to have this upload. It looks like it's uploaded because it was a short paper anyway. If you have now I'm in step 4, cover letter. You can put this if there is a funding. If there is, I'm just gonna make this up. If this submission has been submitted previously, you can say yes or no. And then the authors have to confirm that these are original, ethical guidelines have been followed, etc. So if there is a conflict of interest, they can put here. For the journals or conferences that support open access or not, they can actually, the authors can choose if they want to do so. So I'm going to click on save. And now I am in the step number 5, which is going to ask me to click on generate PDF. So I'm going to see my submission. You will hopefully recognize this because we have created this together. And again, this is just a sample. Here's the paper that I have submitted. It looks good, so I'm going to close this page, and I'm going to click on continue, step number 6. And again, it shows this to me one more time, and I'm going to finish. Now, as an author, I have submitted a paper, and Global Conference on Marketing and Sales have actually received their first. So I would like to show you what's going on in the email here. You can see that I actually have received as the conference chair that somebody has actually made this, submitted an article. Do you remember this template? This is the template that you can, of course, we don't have access to it because we are an author here, but if I were to be a manager or conference chair, I would have seen it. I can actually change this. So this is what it looks like as the email. Now I can, as the author, I can see what's going on to my paper. Now let's change the gears. I'm gonna actually log out. Now let's become a conference chair one more time. I'm gonna log in as the conference chair. See what happens. Remember, we had one submission. So I'm gonna click on Admin Center. Oh, very good. It tells me that there is a new submission. It also notified me in the email, remember, but also it told me here in the system that this conference author has made a submission. The title of the paper is the title of the paper. As you all know that I have just created this as an example. So I'm going to click on action to be able to take some action. I can look at the PDF of this is where I can actually make sure to see that if the submission is anonymous, hopefully the authors do not have any names or university, any identification information. If they do, I can send this to them. But if there is nothing, it looks good, then I can actually send this to my reviewers. So what I will do to be able to send this, by the way, you see this number here, that is actually a number for you to be able to make a decision. So for every conference or journal, this number can be different. For a Journals, usually we require minimum 2 reviewers. Some journals require 3 reviewers to be able to make a decision for the chair or the journal editor. So I am here and I am going to look at all the people that I have in my, of course, if you have reviewers in your system, and how you can make the reviewers is very easy. I'm going to show that to you in a second. So there are a couple of other ways. One of them is you can invite your reviewers, your editorial board members, into your website here, and you can ask them to create an account. Once they create an account, that they are going to, so let me, for the sake of an example, let me do it. Conference reviewer 2, conference reviewer 2. I'm going to use my email so I can get the email. But this is, again, you can ask your reviewers to sign up into your website. This is only for your conference. So I'm going to come here. I will just select my country here, and I'm going to put my university here. I will choose my track. I will put a password. This is what your users are going to do. And I'm going to choose male, female, whatever that might be. And this person, this is very important. You can tell your reviewers, editorial board members, to put the specialty areas. This is how you can match them. So I will put like this, and I'm going to click on agree. Now look what happens. Oh, we already have this account. I already did, so I'm going to just change this to number 3. So this should fix the problem, because if you already logged in, if you already have a system, it will not allow you to sign up, duplicate again. Let me double check to see if I can sign up. Okay, here we go. I have signed up as a user, but remember, this is reviewer, right? So I'm going to actually change, and I'm going to, okay, I'm going to go back. Now I am the conference chair. Remember, I'm the conference chair here, and I have this paper that I would like to take action. So I already have one reviewer. I know that, right? It is here. I can see these people that are become a part of my, you see, conference reviewer. It's right here, but it shows as an author, right? Because this person has signed up, you see, as an author. There is only author. Look how this is going to change in few seconds. After we actually add this person another role, we are going to make these reviewers. I will use 2 reviewers here, but I'm going to make them a reviewer. From the same screen, actually, you as the manager, conference chair, can make somebody track chair, can make somebody associate guest editor or editor-in-chief. Editor-in-chief will see exactly what you're saying. Associate guest editor will see only the papers that you assign to them along with the track chair. That's also the same. Reviewer, of course, they will be able to see the papers that they've been assigned as a reviewer. So I'm going to make them a reviewer, and I'm going to click on assign user role. Look what happened now. So they are now not only author, but also a reviewer. It goes like this. So very good. Let's go back to my admin center. It's a good idea to be able to ask your reviewers to sign up, and then you turn them into reviewers. So I come here again to the paper. I click on action, and now I can do a quick search. You can do it from the name or from the keywords. Let's say I use hospitality, and I'm only looking at the reviewers. I can click on search. It will show me immediately all of my reviewers right here, the roles that have put hospitality in there. If I were to get, let's say, looking for somebody in events, you will see there is nobody. So this is important. That's why this track chair, your users need to put the specialties here well when they sign up to your account, so you will be able to see all of these ones. Imagine that the person that you want to send is not in this list. You still can send it right here. You can put their first name, last name, email, country, university, organization, and their specialty areas, as you know, and click on save. They are also going to get a invitation. So let's just do it. This one is going to be number 4, conference reviewer number 4. I am using the same email so that I can show it to you what actually happens. So I am going again. Okay, so this one I'm going to put events, hospitality, finance. Again, I'm just making this up. So I click on here. The user, the person has been added. So as a reviewer, now I can find that person. Remember event, right? If I put event and I click on reviewer here, this person now shows. And also you can see what happens. Conference reviewer number 4 has received an email. They say that an account has been generated for you. Please visit this to set your password. So they are going to actually get this email so that they can set up their password to be able to do it. So similarly, they are going to, so everybody, anytime you do an event like this, if you're creating their emails for the first time, they are going to do it. So how do I send this to my reviewers? So here's my paper. My paper is here. I checked it. Everything looks good. And now I'm going to actually add this to my reviewers list. I'm going to go here. It already added. But let's also add one more just to show you. I'm going to come here, click on reviewer. And here's my conference reviewer. I'm going to also add this person. As you can see, I put them in the invitation list, but I didn't invite them yet. So let's do it. How do you invite a reviewer to view a paper? I'm going to click on invite. It will show me the abstract. You remember I put this. I'm going to click on finish, double time. And same thing here. If you want, you can make any changes if you need to do so. The due date, you can change this. It automatically puts a default date, which you can also change. So I'm going to invite these people. So let's see how it shows in the emails. As you can see, here you go. So here is the email that the reviewers are getting. You are currently serving on the editorial board of Global Conference on Marketing. Remember this? So this is what you can actually change as the chair from the email configurations. Here is email invitation. So whenever there is somebody has received an email, reviewer invitation result is here. Reviewer review. So they are all here. Please go in them one by one and look to make sure that it makes sense. So let's go back to our email. They actually get a link to be able to respond to this. So I am reviewer number 4. I'm going to actually copy this address and I'm going to go log out. Imagine that I click on that link. So as the person, I get this abstract. I can see it. I can say I will review or not review. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. So it will ask me now as a conference reviewer. Let me go in here as the conference reviewer. Oh, actually, I need to conference reviewer 4. I think I use 4 if I'm not mistaken. Let me, oh, it needs to be an email. Here we go. Conference reviewer. Okay, let me see if I make a mistake here. Just 1 second. This is conference reviewer number 4. I need to go here. Okay, I think I didn't really intentionally do this, but this is a good example. Imagine that your reviewer is entering the password he or she is thinking that has put, but oh, I know I didn't actually set up the password for this account because I created this myself earlier. But I will actually, let me show this to you how this person can set up the email password. So they can just come here and they are going to click on here. They will receive an email. Let's see if you receive this email. I'm going to show this to you. Here you go, password reset instructions. So I'm not going to click here in this browser because I'm logged in as somebody else. I'm just simply going to Firefox, and now I'm going to set up my password. See what happens in few seconds. Change my password. Everything is good. So here I am, that I'm here. Look, now I'm not an author, but also a reviewer, so I can actually come and look at my review. Remember, I have already accepted this. So let's also log out and log in as conference reviewer 3, not 4, but 3. Remember, we also invited number 3. To double check, I can go here and see admin center. I'm an admin right now. So I'm going to go here, click on reviewer's course. Now it's in here. So I'm just going to double check who I sent this to. Conference reviewer. Oh, conference reviewer, not the 3. So I need to log in as the conference reviewer to be able to see this. So conference reviewer also receive an email. So let's do this. I'm using all different accounts so that I can make the point to you. You see, when this person come here, they already received the invitation. Notice here, they can view the invitation. They can look at the PDF as the reviewer for the paper that they will accept to review or not. And they say, I will review it. And when they say like this, they will be able to see the paper here, or they can submit their review. As you can see here, they can just write the results here on the right hand side, or your reviewers can annotate papers on the paper as well too. So for example, they can just take an arrow and they can just put this in here, double click on this. This is vague, for example. They can also annotate the paper as they do it. So this is how they're gonna actually, so for the sake of example, let's do this. I'm just gonna have to write something here because they are required. So not only they give a comment, but also they rate. This is really, really good, handy for the editors and conference chairs to be able to see the total score. So let's say that we're going to give a minor comment, and I'm going to submit this review. Okay, let's go back to as the chair. So I'm going to go back to the Manage Admin Center. Now I can see for decision, because remember that paper only needed one paper, one review to make a decision. So I can actually see here what happened. So as you can see, they show that to me. I can see my reviews here, view the review that person has done for us. Remember, I just like put non-meaningful text there. But if this is enough, maybe it's not enough for me to make a decision, I can change this to 2 people, so I will still wait. But imagine that for this example here, 1 is enough, and I'm going to actually agree with the reviewer. I'm going to also do a minor revision, and I'm going to click on commit decision. This is where actually, again, email configuration right here underneath this comes into picture. Please read this. It also sends your reviewers' comments here, so you can edit them if you wish to do so. You can attach some other documents if you need, and click on send. This one, now my author who has submitted this has received an email saying that, here you go, I have received as the reviewer. Reviewer also gets the email, but I'm going to go back as an author. I will also see this is the author. Let me see. I believe that this is still the reviewer because I'm using the same email. That's why it is a little bit confusing here, but your authors also will receive that email as well. Here you go. Here's the author. Here's the author email. It took about a minute for it to come. Dear conference author, has been reviewed. The comments of the reviewers included at the bottom of the, and they can actually, you can write whatever you want to write to them. Again, those come from that email configurations. So I hope this was helpful to you, that it's really a very handy. So I'm going to stop sharing so I can come back here again. That it's really a wonderful system that we have designed for you. It's free of charge. I hope this a little bit lengthy tutorial is helpful to you. It's important that you set up your conference website the way that you want, then the rest is on eReviewer. Please share eReviewer service with your colleagues. We hope to see you as an author, as a reviewer, or conference chair or journal editor. Thank you.